Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the week ahead analysis. We're going to go through some charts of interest, see how currencies performed last week. So we can see here from the strength and weakness side of things that the dollar performed pretty well last week. We know that on the dollar index, you can see behind that it had a nice strong weekly close. So expecting a bit more bullishness out the dollar coming into next week. We also had some bullishness out of the yen, and risk currencies really were the ones that suffered last week because we had a bit of a drop to the stock markets, which put them a bit under a bit more pressure. So pound, Aussie and Kiwi all felt that pressure last week, so looking to potentially continue these moves going into this week because lots of potential trend trading opportunities. So first of all, starting off with the US dollar index, we had a nice strong weekly close above the previous week highs in here. We haven't closed above these highs, we've just closed pretty much on that high, so not a complete breakout there. But if we just go down to the daily time frame, we've had a higher close fulfilled on the daily. We could expect price to potentially pull back into the previous structure highs for a continuation trade of that uptrend in here with the higher highs and higher lows. Going on to pound then, so pound's quite an interesting market because we're forming this head and shoulders. We had a strong weekly close, strong bearish weekly close. Could we see price potentially continue down towards sort of 134, where price has found some support and resistance in the past here? So we could be expecting or anticipating a move down into this area. Now, if I go to the daily time frame, what we have to look for is the potential for a lower high to come into play, because if we're looking for the weekly to be in a downtrend and into an impulse phase, we would anticipate lower lows and lower highs. And you can see actually on this daily time frame, you do start to have that slight lower low, lower high pattern. Now, if I just bring in a fib and look at the 50 fib in particular and look at last week's price action, you can see that the 50 fib comes up in and around this previous structure area where we saw a little bit of support earlier last week. So I'm expecting maybe if price pulls back into this zone here that we could see some downside. Alternatively, we could pull back a little bit further and see price fall from around about 138. So keeping an eye on pound in those two areas. Looking at Aussie weekly chart, very nice bearish close here, broke through all of these lows. We need to see some kind of pullback. Price is approaching a key support level through here where the market has recently found some support before. So we could see a continuation towards this area. Now, if I look at the daily time frame, nice strong bearish move. If I was looking for a trend opportunity, I'd be looking for a lower high to come in. And if price presses back towards these lows, it could be a good area to look for that lower high to come in for short opportunities. Finally, going on to Aussie yen back into a key area as well. Nice strong bearish close. I think we can expect some further downside to this market as well. Looking at the previous structure lows in here, wouldn't mind seeing a retracement through there. So just looking at the daily time frame, very similar to Aussie US dollar. We've broken out of this area where price found support a couple of times in the past. So looking for a continuation. If price comes into this area, can we see some bearish candlestick setups and a move to the downside is what I'll be in particularly looking for on Aussie yen. So some key charts to watch going into this week. Really like Aussie downside. Hope you enjoyed this video update. If you did, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex content, and I'll speak to you in the next video.